Hey, I'm Doug Stenclik with Cripple Creek Backcountry, and today we're looking at transitions. The uphill transition, the downhill transition, and a few tips and tricks to get you going on the rest of your ski touring career. I'm simulating right now. I just got done skiing a little pitch. I'm in ski mode. It's time to go back uphill. Obviously, the first thing you want to do, and some things I forget to tell people this, is you want to switch into touring mode on your boots. So they were all done up. I'm going to open it up. Flick the back walk mechanism. Get ready to go uphill. And now I want to actually stomp down a platform. What we're looking at today, probably about 10 inches of new snow overnight. And the better you make that platform, the less you're going to slip around. A lot of ways to do it. With a little bit of practice and some yoga, you can actually take your ski off by lifting it. Practice that one at home a couple times before going out. Because I just skied with my skins in my jacket, they're close and ready to go. Funny enough, I'll keep the ski in ski mode in case it falls over, it doesn't shoot off further down the slope. And there's actually a lot of tips to putting on your skin. And I can kind of show a little of them with this yellow Pomoka skin. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull it all the way apart, or sometimes I'll just leave it connected a little so the tail's not dragging in the snow. After I put the tip over like this, you're not trying to yank down like this. That can break the plastic tip attachment. So if you do put the tip on before you separate all the way, make sure to put it down the top part and hold it here to relieve some pressure off that. I'm just trying to get as close to the middle as I can, just like you did when you left the car. And one further tip for getting your tails on is you don't necessarily want to cam it over hard. A lot of times you can loosen it, put it over to the end, and pull down. Again, that's going to take some pressure off that plastic tip. So that's one ski on, ready to go. Smooth it out in the back. Rotate the binding into touring mode. To press the brake, a little bit different for each one. Throw the ski down, and it's very important that I'm doing both of these independently. You don't want to ever take both skis off at the same time. For one, if you're on a glacier, that could be a no-no with like possible crevassing, and even in deep snow, if I were to weight this all the way and I hadn't packed that down, I'd be up to my hip really quickly. So one ski at a time, I step back in to touring mode. I usually lock that toe and I'll come down and pick up the next ski. So again, we'll go through it a little bit more in real time. Another good tip can be putting this tail on and sliding it over to the top. And that'll keep it right down the middle. Repeat the same steps with the binding. Maybe unlayer a jacket. Step back in. Lock the other toe. Pick up your poles, and you're ready to skin. Okay, we made it here on top of the mountain. Now it's time to transition, and for some people, the best part of the day, the skiing down. People think this is just a fancy trick to take your skins off without taking your skis, but honestly, it's one of the most important things you can learn, especially for ski mountaineering. So not only will you impress some friends, but in the spring, when things get a little wetter and icier, you're not risking getting ice buildup underneath your toe piece. Especially if you're using an ATK binding where that whole toe is sealed, we're never letting that trap out. So when I'm here, I'm gonna find a decently flat spot, pack it in a little bit, and then you're ready to rip. Now every binding works a little bit different. On the ATK binding, I'm gonna reach down the back and spin the heel and make sure those pins are exposed so I can lock down. And I'll usually do both while I'm down here. So the brakes are down, And now I'm ready to step into ski mode. My boots are still undone. We'll look at that later. But right now we're looking at the skin rip. And by that heel being locked down and weighted, it allows me to now kick up the back of the heel to access that tail clip. And now I'm gonna rip down the outside of my ski. If it's in the inside, you kind of gotta pass it. And I kind of rip it right about to halfway here. And then it's a quick rip to get it off from the toe like that. Once that's done, I try to fold the skin as evenly as half as I can. It's okay if it's not totally lined up, but the real move is to keep it kind of in your jacket, above your waistband, close to your body, so it'll stay warm for the next lap. This is an alternate way to do it, especially I do it a lot for this uphill ski, where I'll actually kick the ski and cross my legs like that and pull the heel up like that. And again, now I'm ripping to the inside, but really the outside of my body, and that rip will go exactly the same way. And then you cross back over, fold, and you're ready to go. That's ripping skins, keeping your skis on. Takes a little bit of practice. Feel free to do it in your backyard or in your living room. Once you got it a few times, like, you'll never have to go back to taking your skis off and post holing around again.